Hi, and welcome to the next drawing exercise. In this drawing exercise, we're going to be converting another orthographic drawing over here into an isometric, but this time I'm not going to put the low point P. And if you notice in the previous example, I didn't put the P on the drawing because that is actually what it's going to be like when you get to the higher levels, guys. They're not going to have all these little letters where you can refer to and numbers that you can refer to. You actually have to start seeing this in 3D. Alright, so without further ado, let's go and do the line. So I'm just going to quickly draw it over here like this, and always as usual like that. Okay, and then I'm going to be doing my isometric 30-degree lines, and let's go ahead and do that. And then I'm going to do the other one over here like this. Now this is actually quite an interesting drawing, guys. What I like about it is it's quite easy to do. Now this is going to be an easy one to do, trust me. Is it's got the things sticking out and it's got slopes. Okay, so let's look at the front view. Okay, first things first, we need to get our sizes, so we can do our isometric cube, that I always call it, where we're going to be drawing our drawing. So let's just quickly do that. Okay, so first things first, let's look at the width on the front view. It's 10 plus 30 plus 10, which is going to be 50. So let's measure 50. Actually, let's use a ruler rather, guys. It's the right thing to do, but it's old habit, guys. I mean, a set square is a ruler. It's just one of these funny habits. There's nothing wrong with it. It just looks weird sometimes when I use my set square as a ruler, but it's still a ruler, guys. It's still accurate. Okay, so there's the 50 for the left, from the front view. The left view, I can see it's 40, and the height, I can see it's 45. Okay, let's do our little lines. Alright, so now we've got our isometric cube. Let's get some measurements and let's start drawing this drawing here quickly. Now, sometimes I like to refer to a different side, or just get the measurements and everything. The only thing that we really need is those 10 and 30 at the top. If you look at the drawing very carefully, where that 10 and 30 is being measured, if you look from the front view, it's right at the back over there. They measure 10, and they measure 30, and they measure 10. Okay, what I'm going to do is just measure 10 and measure 10, so I can know where these slopes are going to start. Now, I could have also measured downstairs over here and projected to the top and across like that. It would work the same way. It doesn't really matter, but I just did it at the top. And this is what I'm going to do next. I'm going to measure over here, make a marking, measure over here, make a marking. Alright, because they are going to somehow help with drawing this drawing over here. So this is what I'm going to do here. I'm going to just draw a construction line over here like that. Good. And I'm going to draw another construction line over here like that. Good. Okay, now if you look at this little square block over here that shows on the left view, it says it's about 30 high. So let's go measure that. So measure 30. Okay, let's draw a line. Excellent. Now, this is what I'm going to do now, is I am now going to start also drawing that over there from there to there, so you can see where that's going to be projecting, because it is a slope, guys. So I'm just going to quickly draw that. We can always darken it later. I'll put it over here, the same thing, just to see where it's all going. Alright, we can always darken it later, guys. Alright, so there we go. You see how the lines are going to meet up. So I'm just going to just draw a line here so you guys can see what's going on. Now the slope at the back is not going to go all the way there because the square cube is going to be somehow width involved. So look what I do here, guys. I just draw it over here like that, and where it lines up over the point there, just draw a line from there to there, and voila. You see the drawings starting to come together now. Even though these are all construction lines, it's slowly coming together. Now, I'm not going to draw the construction line from there to there because I know it's going to meet up anyways, and from there to there, I know it's going to meet up anyways. I just wanted to get the square block area so we can start doing the drawing. So, I'm going to start off with this side first. So, we do it slowly. That's not 30 degrees. Okay, so there we go. We've done a little piece over there. Now I'm going to draw this little square block. And there we go. We've done that square block. Now we can do the same thing over here at the back behind there. Please bear in mind it will not go through this line. That's why I did the square block first. Now you can see what I'm doing over here, guys. Can you check that out? There we go. See, you have to be very careful which lines you draw first, eh? That's why sometimes it's best to do construction lines and then start doing the drawing afterwards. And there we go. I'm just going to draw this line over here from there to there. And one more line, which is the slope, and that's it. We're done. Alright, so there we go. There's the isometric done. Let's see it in 3D. There we go. There's the isometric. And let's compare them with the other views. So there's your front view. There's your left view. There's your front view again. And there's your top view. And there's your front view. I know I'm going a little bit fast, but you can always pause and watch this video. But as I said, guys, yeah, so that's like what it is. As I said, guys, you have to practice. You have to start seeing this in 3D and all that type of thing. So there we go. That is how you do an isometric. Okay. Now, please, you have to practice. I suggest you get past papers because those are usually like the best isometrics you can draw, because usually the exam examples are the best ones to learn from. The textbook has got good examples. Some of them are based on exam questions from the past. Yes, I've noticed that. But if you can get more past papers, even better. Alright, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the lesson, and I hope you have a pleasant day further, and I hope you've learned a lot. Thank you and goodbye.